Hello people, welcome once again to this channel, and again I welcome you to this 30 days learning challenge. And here we have arranged a 30-day program to help you scale up in data analysis, and this is going to be achieved with the help of a very short focused video of at most 7 minutes. So if you can invest 1 hour daily, I can assure you that at the end of 30 days you stick around with us, your career and your focus in data analysis would have actually gained a new momentum. Without further ado, see you in class. All right, welcome to day one of this 30-day challenge. And even if you are a novice, I can assure you that this particular challenge is meant for you because it's going to go from novice to master level. So if your aim is to scale up from the very beginning, I want to bet you that you're in the right place. Now, in this class, in this lesson, we're going to be looking at Excel interface, ribbon, and how we can create a simple table in Excel. So in the next 4 to 5 minutes, I'll be running through all of those. Now, the first thing you need to know is if you first, get to a particular environment as a newbie, the first thing that you need to do is you need to show yourself around if there's nobody to show you around. But in this case, I am here to show you around Excel so that you know where to get what. And as we progress, you actually get to know where you can access all the tools that you might need along the way. So the first thing I want to show you is this part that you have. You can see that we have some icon around there. Is what we call the quick access toolbar. And as the name implies, quick access, it means that tools that I use more often, those are the tools that I can find there. So instead of navigating all the way, for some of them, I might have to click like 4 or 5 times before I will get to where they are actually located. But with this quick access toolbar, I can actually access all of those tools just by a single click. So there's a way we add, tools to this quick access toolbar, and if you have not used it before, you might not see it. So if you need to, call up this quick access, what you need to do is just go to File, then under File, go to Options, then under Options, you see Quick Access Toolbar. Then under this Quick Access Toolbar, I can add as many functions as possible I want to add. And if I feel like I don't need some anymore, I can remove them. So how do I go about it? If I want to add this calculate now, for example, I'll just click on it, then click add now. So automatically it will move to my quick access toolbar. So if I want to remove anything from here, maybe I feel it's just occupying space, I'll simply just click on it, then click remove. Of course, you can also add or remove multiple. So that's the way you navigate your way around quick access toolbar. And of course, I believe that is quite easy for us to comprehend. Then from there, we go to what we call the ribbon. So this is the ribbon, all of those parts that we are seeing here, where we have home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review, and all of those things. We call it ribbon. So that's where the magic happens majorly. So virtually everything that you need, you get it done around here. If you want to insert table, you want to insert shapes, you want to insert charts, all of those things, you get to see it under your ribbon. So what is the ribbon? Then there are some like this developer option. You might not see it if you have not used it before, but because it is more or less like add-ins that we need to call up if it is a tool that we're interested in using. Also, depending on the version of Excel you are using, Power Query might not be embedded in yours. But if it's something that you feel like you need and you have reason to use it, there are ways we go about, installing or additional add-in to call this up. However, if you are using latest version of Excel, most of these tools will be embedded in such Excel. So it depends on what you want and the kind of version that you have. That will determine on the kind of customization that will be required. Then away from there, we have the formula bar. So whatever formula we are trying to use, this is where the magic happens. So if I want to sum, if I want to calculate average, this is where I will input those formulas and it will take effect. So if, for example, in this particular cell, I want to sum anything. So once I just start typing sum or something, you begin to see it. So that's how we call it formula bar. So that place is called formula bar. And final thing that we'll look at when it comes to the environment is what we call the name box. This is the name box. As the name implies, name box is that part of the workbook where you can name a table. So if I want to name a fraction of this, maybe I have a table. Of course, on a particular sheet, you can have multiple tables. So if I have this table and I want to name it a particular name, let me say order, I'll just highlight that table and come down to name box and name it order. This is going to be very useful because as we progress, we are going to make reference to this name box. I call it order. So if I want to name a different part with different name again, I'll just simply highlight that part that I want to name. Let me highlight this part and call it month. So it's just like members of a family answering different names. So if I call up month, this table is going to answer. If I call up order, the first table that I named is going to answer. So that's the way the name box works. And finally, for this class, we have the main page where we put our data. Where you have the letter is the columns. So we have column A, column B, column C, column D, column E, and so on and so forth. And where we have the number is what we call the rows. So between column and rows, we enter number. So if I want to make reference to this particular cell, you will observe that we have the column name as G and we have the row name as 1. So this cell is going to be called G1. So if I want to make reference to this cell, for example, the column name is L and the row name is 3. So this cell is going to be called L3. That's the name of that particular cell. So that's the way we reference cell, so that when we start calling up all of those things, you understand where we are headed and where we are coming from. So at least for now, one more thing before we close this particular class, before we end this class. This is a sheet. I can add additional sheets if I want by clicking this cross icon. If I want to add more, I can also click this cross icon and have additional sheets. And of course, I can rename each of these sheets whatever I feel like renaming them. And in a sheet, I mean on a workbook, we can have multiple sheets. So the whole of this sales data space is a workbook. It's just like having a textbook and different pages. So each of the pages includes the sheets. So we can have as many sheets as possible within a workbook. That will be right about all for this class, and I'll see you in the next one.